That way I can.
Hey, I just went live right away, just so you know.
Oh yeah, I figured.
Damn it! Sorry, guys.
Everybody's saying you pulled the
Weird,
KO.
it's not live yet though. Oh, there it
No,
goes.
we're not live yet.
It is now.
There it
All
goes.
right. Hey, welcome back, everybody.
Sorry, guys.
Let's go hit the thumbs up on your way in. Make sure that we have the same number of thumbs up as we do people watching.
Yeah, no. As soon as because I thought it was the leave, because normally it says leave there, and then all of a sudden it said end broadcast, and I went to go hit it, and then as soon as I hit it and it said end broadcast, I saw my little circle going, the X. I just started mashing that X as much as I can as I was saying, "Oh no," but it didn't work.
No.
Oops.
It's funny because every other command you do, it asks you again if you want to actually do that. And that one thing, if you hit that, no, you're done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they had that little X, but it was all grayed out, and I was mashing it, and nothing would happen. I was like, we lost it.
It's like that pregame showing up, ain't it? Well, hopefully everybody can join us.
That's why we grow weed and we don't play on the computer much.
That's why I smoke weed. That way I have something to blame it on.
You know the funniest thing about that whole predicament is I went down a subscriber. Come on, guys.
You just lost a sub over there? Great.
And it might have not been from that. Coincidentally, it happened at exactly the same time.
That was the friggin' YouTube purge. So what you gotta understand is the YouTube purge happens to everybody. It doesn't matter what size channel you have. It's just the more subscribers you have, the less you notice it.
Yeah, I guess so. It's
Let's
just
see how
funny.
long it
It's
takes
coincidentally,
everybody to
it happened
grow.
at the exact same time that I did that. I was like, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Let's see how long it takes
definitely
everyone.
a total stoner move. But hey, I think we've all done it.
Yeah.
I don't know of
that was
anybody
my
that
first time
hasn't
doing it.
activated
Yeah, maybe
the
once or
stream.
twice.
That was my very first time, so I'm in that
Welcome
boat
to the
now.
club. Because I'm sure of the fact that I've done it. I know for a fact I've done it. I did. I think might have been the last time or the time before that I went live. I did it. I fucking accidentally ended it. Hey, Carbon. How you doing? Welcome back, grown up. Page 420, Junior, Mike, Matt Screenspace. Not sure if he's really in the building or not. But...
Hey.
Why is that message?
You know
for
what's
review?
funny? Hey, do you know what? It went up again.
Nice.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Tough crowd.
Hey, though, in any other community besides the cannabis community, that probably would have made a whole lot of people angry. Owners don't care. It happens. We fuck up.
I mean, how hard is it to wait a second and just click on the new one that pops up?
IPL,
welcome.
What's up, New York John?
What? It says it's too big. Not true. I'm gonna fix that.
It's always a tough crowd. There's always lurkers. I'm sure. Sure of it. Every channel has them, I think. Right?
Yeah. What's going on, John? Oh, that's actually enough for John right there.
Oh, shit. This friggin' full moon is whipping my ass.
Yeah, man. At least this is the Moby Dick that's a really hard hitter though for bedtime.
Yeah, that's next.
That's next.
I want to try some of that Copycat's Dr. Big Sleep
I don't
for
have that.
nighttime. Plus, that shit looked really pretty.
Hey.
Levels, welcome back.
Oh, hey, glad you could make it.
I had a pit stop.
Unacceptable.
Oh man.
It'd be nice if you could show up on time, you know. We rely on you being here. Oh, now he's peeping. He's been in here 2 seconds. He's already peeping. Oh, I love that guy.
That's so funny.
Levels, you're still there?
It's not. The show is not complete until you have Levels peeping.
These people
Or froze up like he is.
Yeah,
He's froze up.
It's because he's posting his links and stuff. He freezes up every time he does anything different.
Exactly what.
He's back.
He says, screw you guys, I'm going home.
Nope. Now he's got something going on in the background.
I'm
Now he's
back.
back out.
I'm back.
There you are. What's up?
No, you're not. You have to go back.
What?
You have to go away and come back, buddy.
There's an echo. We can hear.
Oh man.
Just exit
Go.
everything. Oh, there you go.
We've been down this street before.
He'll be back.
Going live. What? The hell did I miss over here? Who the hell mows while I live? Listen to it. All right, Ryan. Well, if not, cheers, brother.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Oh,
There he
and we see 15 likes, and we have
Well,
29
man,
watches.
y'all hit that thumbs up, man. Hit the thumbs up.
Donors, forgot. Y'all better remember to smash that thumbs
Yeah,
up.
what kind of support is that, man? No, I'm playing with y'all, man. Y'all hit that thumbs up, man.
It's all good. I'm just getting too stoned. Barely. You want? I might have some gummies.
Yeah, but what?
Oh, you haven't even had gummies yet? You're already ending the streams early? Jeez.
You're ending it?
No, I'm not ending it. I did just end it.
Come on.
What are you doing?
man.
You don't have your ear thingy no more, Level?
It's Friday.
Did you see how fast he came running back over here when he thought that he said here?
He's like, what? What are you talking about? Well, if you're just going to walk away from the camera all the time, we're going to end the stream. Everybody's here to see you.
I swear, I
You don't
swear,
know-
it was
You
fixing to
have no
cry.
idea. You have no idea
Everybody's
how
been
many
asking
times
about you the whole stream. They're like, where's Levels? Is Levels coming? Is Levels okay? Did he fall in the
man.
river?
Damn. My bad, y'all.
You know, when you
No,
have a fan base, Levels, you have to be here to support the fans, or they're just
I
going to
know.
leave you.
Hey, you have no
That's
idea
right.
how many times I walked off and come back and everybody was gone now.
Yeah,
Oh, that's what you get for walking off. Duh.
dude, our viewers just went down when you went away, and hopefully they'll go back up.
Damn.
Burning Babylon said he's got a tip to tear down, so he'll join us later, maybe. And be sure and tell everybody that you can get his on BabylonBurningSelections.com as well. Get them straight.
You get a
from him.
bucket, you can just pee in a bucket. You won't even have to leave from in front of this.
I just
Camera
needs a
number.
gummy. Yeah, I need some good weed or something. That's what I need.
That was a nice
You
looking
need a
plant that you harvested,
psilocybin
by the way.
chocolate bar.
Levels cannot show his grow because when Levels tries to show his grow, he loses signal, and then he gets bounced out and has to come back 6 times.
Who was that? K what? K card or something like that?
Kegamar.
Oh, go check my channel out, man. I just I can't turn my Wi-Fi off right now, or I'll be out of the live.
Yeah, that was a really nice.
He's got
harvest that you
videos
said.
showing all of his stuff. recent too. So pretty much.
Yeah. I just dropped a mail call video for my sponsorship. Yeah, Matt, thank you. What'd you say?
That Mephisto you just harvested, that was a really nice plant. That looked nice.
Hell yeah,
Colors
thank
and
you,
stuff.
man. That
Yeah,
still be the best.
Everybody on the
best-
panel has channels. Y'all be sure and sub up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all appreciate those subs.
Pollinate. Yeah, check it out, man. Appreciate it.
In case you're wondering why it's a different stream, I accidentally did what everybody else did by ending it on my phone.
I couldn't figure out what was going on.
Yeah, and then I
Last
couldn't
week it was cake.
add the same thumbnail, so I gotta fix that later, so it's not just my background profile pic. I'll do it afterwards.
Happens.
It worked the first time, but now it's saying I can't add it because it's more than 2 megabytes. But I guess I can't load it the other way.
Whatever.
It doesn't matter.
Wesley, is your lights on right now or no?
They are on.
Curious
For a
what the
half
girls
hour.
look like. Hint, hint.
You look like you just copied it.
Wes is like, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not
funny.
walking up there.
Let's
What
see.
the hell,
I mean, maybe we can drag the whole computer in there for a quick.
Nah, I was just messing with you, man. Not if it's too much trouble.
Is it
Don't
a
stress
desktop or a laptop?
It's a
No,
Mac.
PC.
It's a PC.
I don't have a tower, so I don't have to like carry a tower. And a screen
Yeah,
in there.
right. You don't have to go set the whole thing up, keyboard and everything.
Just put the keyboard in your pocket, you know.
That's
Carry
why I haven't
Jeffrey.
been in there, just because
It's
I gotta.
easy.
I
All you
gotta
gotta
set
do
up
is
the
start
whole thing.
recording your grow, man.
That's right.
It's so much everywhere.
He has an Instagram.
I'll have
Tell
a
him your
video up
Instagram.
tomorrow.
Tell him your Instagram. People should be following you on Instagram.
Me? You talking to me?
Yeah. Yeah, you.
Sacred Skunk Farm.
Oh, see, I don't even have your Instagram.
No, you
We need
do.
to post that in the chat for you.
What is it? Sacred who?
Sacred
Sacred-
Skunk Farm. One word.
I think I follow you, Wes.
Yeah, I haven't been too active.
Well, there's a lot of people that I follow that I don't know because we have different names. You know, it's not the
Yeah,
same
he
on
confused me
YouTube.
for a little while. And then I was like, man, because I kept seeing it come up. And I was like, you know, either this guy and Wes are like twin brothers or they because that is Wes's garden. I don't give a shit. I can tell from looking at the garden, that's Wes's garden.
Right? He's got
And
a
then finally
very unmistakable
out.
garden.
I think on my like homepage it does say Wesley Pipes.
See, I don't ever check that stuff though.
Yeah, me neither.
I just saw the pictures and I was like, and it was more the undercarriage than anything. And I was like, that is Wes's, or this guy and Wes took their, are, you know, right out of the same book, you know.
It's my cousin,
Right.
my brother
Igor.
Trip.
His name is Igor.
Yeah, I'll have a YouTube video up tomorrow. I've just been out all day. I didn't get a chance to post the video I took yesterday.
Nice.
You're good. We'll check it out, definitely.
Yeah, I'm not stressing it.
You feeling better?
Nah,
There you go.
You look a little better.
it's hit or miss. Like my right hand like hurts like hell. Like I can't even use the mouse with my right hand right now. Like it's just random ass shit. Like I woke up today and the backside of my knee, that muscle, like when I woke up in bed, I couldn't bend my leg at all. Like I was one stepping down the stairs because I couldn't even get it to bend. And once I took that Juice Plus, like a whole bunch of stuff went away. And like this finger, it felt like I broke it 3 days ago. Like I just woke up from sleeping and the knuckle was all black and blue, and I couldn't bend it. And so it's just like random ass shit. Like it's just so weird. I got some of my test results back, but the blood, the nutrition says that I'm like a little low on a few things, but nothing that's like out of whack, crazy. The Lyme panel came up negative, so that's good.
Yeah.
But like, if my blood work's saying I'm decent and I don't have Lyme, then why is my body like eating itself every other day or so?
You have gout? Have they tested you for gout?
Dude, doctors, what the fuck do they like? If you don't tell them exactly what to test for, like I need to talk to them about the Lyme panel, because did they test for just like one bacteria? Because there's like 30 different co-infections that come with Lyme.
Yes, there is. And long-term lasting shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't
Yeah,
no
that-
joke.
Hit that like, people. We got 33 watching and only 23 likes. Let's go. Show some love. Like,
Levels
Yeah.
needs a cool hat to wear.
Manuka honey. That shit's good.
what? You want a hat to wear? What are you talking about?
Levels needs a good hat to wear. That
Oh,
way we
he's
can see
peeping
he's still
again. I will peep it again.
there.
Level beeper.
That's so funny. Just
So I thought I'd share a little trick I learned this week with you guys. You know, everybody that's got these yellow sticky traps around for their gnat problem and whatnot. If you get the yellow solo cups, turn them upside down and cover the outside of them with Vaseline and just set those. They work the same and you can reuse them over and over and over.
Nice.
That is a very
Grow
good tip.
And
hack.
the yellow actually attracts the gnats.
Right. Because it's the color. It has nothing to do with what's on it.
Right.
Yep.
I even saw one if you'll take a little steak and you can put the solo cup on top of the steak, and then you just put a little thumbtack through to the steak and
Mhm.
it'll hold it. And you can just put them anywhere in your garden and they'll attract to it. And you don't have to be spending just 50 cents a piece for those traps.
That is
Yeah.
freaking awesome.
If that.
Just
If
I like
that
that
Cheap
too.
works.
Vaseline, the cheapest.
I don't have
shit you
gnats,
can
but if
get.
I ever do, I'm going to use that fucking thing. Guaranteed.
Yeah, it works great.
Grow in some bag soil. You want some fungus gnats.
There you go.
I don't want fungus gnats. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's
I'm
why
sure
I
we
mix
can
my
find a
own
grower
soil.
that'll ship you some.
Yeah, any bag soil from your hydro store, you're coming home with fungus gnats.
So what would you recommend for that? Just hit it with a mosquito bit wash when you get it home, and
I would get some nematodes and moisten the soil, because the nematodes need the soil moist. And I would get the Stratio S predatory soil mite and just let them do their thing, and you won't have another fungus gnat. You know, it'll take a little while. Probably.
Mosquito discs work pretty well too for indoors.
I've never really had good success with those mosquito
As long as
dunks.
it's not a bad problem, they won't help an infestation.
Yeah.
Right.
well, I'm thinking more of a preventative thing than a cure. Than a try to fix a problem. Like, you know what I mean? If you get a fresh bag of soil and you drenched it to try and kill anything that's in it before it hatches, is that a smart thing or not?
I don't know. Like I said, I've just never had good success with the mosquito dunks for killing anything out of a bag soil. Usually if you take a bag soil in it's usually an infestation from day one. You get that wet and they just go crazy. And so I always just spend the money.
I always
Yeah.
let the soil dry out before I use it the first time.
That's why I just go with the nematodes. I spend the money one time, and then you can transfer, soil from like one, like if you're not using the bag and you put your nematodes and your predatory mites in there, you just take a handful and put it into the next one, and you can kind of just do like an inoculation, because shipping's like $30-$50 every time. Like the nematodes are $15. Your predatory mites are probably the same, and then your shipping is what kills you.
You don't have a place close by?
And not that I trust. I usually go with Evergreen Grower Supply in Clackamas, Oregon.
Okay.
Their shipping department, winter, summer, they put it in styrofoam like coolers, and I've always had live, on delivery. I've gotten different places like Green Methods.
I guess it would totally depend on where you live, because like where I live, I don't have to have them shipped. There's a place up island that breeds predators, right? So they just ship it. They ship to the hydro store, and then I just grab it from there. But there's no shipping. There's no shipping involved. When they say ship, they just pick it up and move it to a place that's authorized to sell them.
Yeah, when I was in Oregon, you could go to the grow store and they would have a mini fridge.
Yeah.
And you would just get the nematodes.
Be right back, fam.
But yeah, most of the places, even the place I was speaking of, they get their deliveries in from Canada.
Yeah, no, and that's, I live on Vancouver Island, and I know there's the place that's just up the island that breeds a lot of their predatory bugs, plus over in Vancouver too.
Yeah. Yeah, I know like Arbico, they get their shipments in from Canada. Green Methods also gets theirs from Canada. Most of the US, like they don't do a lot of breeding, or it's very specific on like what they breed for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, much more selection coming out of Canada for sure.
Yeah, I'm hoping to find a source that I can buy some live mantis for my gardens.
Yeah. I
Even if
believe
they're not beneficial, I still want them for my garden.
I was just wondering what type of predator, what type of bug would that go after? Large aphids?
Oh, they'll eat just about anything that flies. Really. And they're just so beautiful. I think mantis are so pretty, especially orchid mantis.
Can't say I've seen those.
Oh, they're so pretty. They look like the flowers. Like they're the colors of the rainbow. Every variety of color of orchid out there, there's the same mantis to match it.
Yeah.
One of my favorite is all white. And it's just,
aren't they camouflage? Like that's
yes.
What they like to do. They like to camouflage.
They're ambush predators. Yes.
Yeah. I got 50 mantis outside.
They got termites everywhere, bro. Termites are everywhere.
Termites suck.
Don't let them in the house.
Nope.
You're right.
Man, with some diesel. It treats the wood and prevents them from getting to it.
I always be careful with that. And at the job site, bringing back wood, make sure that there's no termites in the wood that you're bringing back with you.
Right. Take that to a new house that's being constructed. fall apart in 5 years. Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
Yep. Spread your problem.
You don't need to. There's a plant and I'm right here. I know all my kids here.
So it's everybody smoking on tonight. I'm chiefing on on some good hash.
All I have is my peanut butter and jam, but I got lots of it.
You say that very disappointingly.
No, I thought I'm not disappointed, but that's going to be the answer for the next little bit.
Is it? Does it smell like peanut butter chirps?
Yeah, it's like a sweet peanut. It's definitely more of a sweet peanut butter kind of like, but I don't know.
The jam.
Yeah, more of that than the actual peanut butter. The cross was Humboldt's raspberry parfait, and it was Thug Pug's peanut butter breath.
Yeah. That's most people are using that peanut butter
yeah.
breath.
Yeah, I see that one a lot in the crosses now.
There was one that someone did that he said it was even more peanut butter. I forget what it was. But everybody got all butthurt when he came out with it. And he was like, it's even more peanut butter. And they were like, no way, the peanut butter breath is as peanut butter as it gets.
Junior, my hash is a mix of
How is
everything I trashed lately. It wasn't worth smoking, so I turned it all into hash.
When in
how was your
doubt.
last harvest, Wes? Have you smoked on it?
I wasn't too happy with it.
Oh, you weren't?
No, it just
Not to your
dried to like a little bit of pepper. Like everything had a little pepperiness to it.
That
Oh, I see.
spicy terpene, huh?
Yeah, and I don't think it was from heat because I didn't have too much heat in the dry. I think that it just got compromised in veg from the yellow dots, and it just never really expressed like heavy terp profile, and nothing yellowed the way it should have. So everything was just kind of lackluster on the smoke.
That's what I'm worried about with that autoflower I just chopped down. I'm worried about the same thing because it's like most of its life it was fucked.
Yeah. And like right now, this run, it smells better in week 6.5 than it did when I chopped last run. So having and I'm getting a little bit of fade. I'm starting to see, I think. So the plants are actually doing their natural cycle.
I bet, y'all.
Yeah, they're looking really nice this time around. It looks pretty flawless. Even with you being as sick as you have been, the run's been decent.
Yeah, the beds, man. Just being able to like rely on the beds to kind of just hold moisture and
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
your
it's
setup
water.
kind of takes care of itself.
yeah.
I'm glad you're here, man. It was good to see you, man. Especially feeling a little better.
Doctor,
Yeah.
kid, welcome, y'all.
Yeah. Able to get in there when I need to now.
Kid Coleman, Dr. Frankenseed. How's everybody doing?
Doctor.
It's just another one of those examples, though, huh, Wes, that you just never know until that shit is dried and cured and in the bowl. You just never know how it's going to turn out.
It all comes down to the smoke at the end.
Yep. That's really all that matters, ain't it?
Yep, especially for pheno hunts. Like you can do all resin rubs and everything, and some plants just don't smoke good, and
Right.
some do.
Like you can make it look 1,000 different ways, but they might all smoke the same.
Right.
Yeah. I'm looking for those standouts, the ones that just, transfer
too.
over. I want what smells to taste.
Right,
Yes.
right.
I highly agree. And so far, I found one. It's called the Blue Dreamatic by Fast Buds. That shit, it tastes as fruity as it smells. Like, I ain't joking, y'all. It's fucking delicious.
Yeah.
And it makes fantastic hash. And I promise, 2 hits and you're ready to raid the fridge.
Yeah, those are dangerous.
Yeah, those are my favorite. That's what I searched
398
for.
Bubba Kush, the original Bubba Kush. That shit was like Munchie Central, like super medicinal, like it for like chemo patients and people that have like eating disorders.
That would be me.
But for me, man, it was just like danger on insatiable cravings that you just couldn't. You could eat like a whole turkey dinner, and you're like, nope, I need more.
It's like 2 boxes of cereal and a half a gallon of milk in,
Dude,
and you're like, what the fuck did I do?
Right.
Those are the best. Those are the ones I search for. Those are the ones that keep me alive, to be honest. There are a few out there that I could smoke a half pound and not get hungry even once.
Oh yeah, some good
Yeah.
pre-98 Bubba.
Ooh.
And I just
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
access to
That was
that
so
on
good.
Wallapini. Just released the
Love
pre-98.
to find some of that real stuff.
Really? North
Yeah.
Fly Bros. What's up, Grummy?
Was that a fem, like an S1?
Yeah, Kid Coleman.
I
You
don't
got
know, to
my
be
email?
honest. It's one they got available on their seed bank on Wallapini.
I'm gonna post my
Your
email
guy's
for
behind you
you.
over
Because
there.
that was a clone only, the pre-98 Bubba.
They might have got it that way.
Yeah, if they're offering, it's probably an S1 onto itself, where they
It
just
might
femmed
be, I
it.
want to say.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cheers, Terps. Welcome.
Oh, did you see who showed up over here?
yeah, that's why I did that because she's like creeping on you. She's like looking over and seeing what you're doing.
Yeah.
He was doing that until he fell asleep.
Your shadow stalker.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That is not a small cat.
That's a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's,
Christmas.
I'll have to get the big Maine Coon. This is also a Maine Coon, but I have one that looks like a tabby, and he's 30 pounds.
We know what they like to do in their spare time.
She's 14 pounds.
I'm not
Oh,
sure
wow.
how
The other one's
much
twice
she
the
weighs.
size.
She's probably 10 pounds, probably. Maybe 9 or 10 pounds.
Yeah, Levon's huge, dude. He's like, I mean, the whole torso of your body.
Yeah. She's long.
Large.
If I hold her up, she's like, wow. She's like an accordion. She just keeps going.
I don't see any
But a
cat.
little thinny.
You don't see a cat in his.
You'll
in
see
Main
it
Street?
right behind him. Point at your cat, man. You don't see him at all. Right there.
Mhm.
That you see it?
Hiding on the shelf.
Hide and seek right there.
I see him.
And that's is
Flip
even
another
more
one.
hidden.
All right.
Are the lights on, Matt?
Inside. Oh yeah. Oh no,
Yes.
no. Those lights I just turned them off because I'm hanging my autoflower in there. But it has been on up until today, so he's probably sitting there wondering why it's not as warm as it was yesterday.
Right. No sunspot now for the little lady. Is that a
Yeah.
lady cat, man?
Yep.
That's a dude.
Yeah.
How many cats you got, man? 2?
Yep. Yeah, this is she's only 3, and then I got one that's looks a lot like her, but a little bit darker, and he's 16. So
Damn,
Mm-hmm.
damn, that's old.
she likes to terrorize the shit out of the old guy, but
It's just a cat thing.
yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, I have an 18-year-old, and the two younger ones will fucking tag teamer, and I'm like, dude, this cat is like dying any moment. Like, leave her alone.
Yeah. I am always yelling at this one to leave the other one alone because she's relentless. But we got these little tiny round balls with some of them have bells in them and some of them don't. Buddy, I'm gonna tell you what, she gets going on those things. She will bat them around the house for an hour. Then she'll sleep for like 7
And
hours.
there's this one. This one's not very nice.
As he
Very
starts
nice.
to bleed. The cat's like, put me down. Nah.
This one's a bit chunky though.
Yeah. And he's a black cat, so he's pissed.
So this is the older female that the other cat likes to try to chase and hump, even though he doesn't have nuts. So she's freaking out, thinking he's around somewhere. So I got to go put her back before she destroys me.
Right. Hey, Dr. Frankenstein, cheers.
The day you don't wear sleeves.
Have a good one, Terry.
Terry, have a good night, man.
John is busy. Him and I believe Coyote is up hanging out with him this evening. So
Yeah.
they weren't. He decided not to do a live, so that's why Matt filled in tonight. For anybody that was wondering, I noticed somebody said it.
I was wondering.
Yeah. Well, this cat was in the shelter for a while because she had respiratory issues when she was a kitten. So she was not socialized very well. She had to stay separated from all the other animals because of her respiratory disease infection.
Yeah. Now he's walking around the house looking for her because he can smell her that she was out.
Where's Jimmy John? Jump up here and join us.
John.
Jimmy. We got room
yeah.
for one more.
Extravaganza. Yeah, I'm gonna roll one more. Don't know what yet. Oh yeah, yes I do. I'm gonna have some Moby Dick and then go to bed.
Knockout.
I can't even get over how good this Moby Dick is to smoke as a joint. I didn't expect it to be this good.
I'm totally having a Beavis and Butthead moment with those.
And
comments.
when you open the jar, it's like this gassy fruit smashes you in the face.
Jimmy John needs a link.
That's
It's
pinned at the top.
Oh no, it's not pinned no more.
I don't think
Oh,
it's
that's
a
right.
thing
We had to
anymore.
restart the stream.
Matt's
Correct.
got a pin.
Oh, it does not fit. I'm sorry. What?
I don't
I
think
got it.
you can get to the top of the comments anymore.
It's not on this stream. It's on the other one.
Kid Coleman, I do not, but you can email Maine and Matt both, and they got slaps they can send you.
Yep.
Check their pages; their emails are on the pages.
I even have American Stance below.
You
me
guys
right
would
now.
like to see me do more giveaways and stuff. I do have a Buy Me Coffee link on my
Yeah.
What's up,
If you donate
potheads?
to that,
What's up?
will help
Yes,
with
sir.
the shipping costs and would allow me to do more giveaways because I have a lot of beans I can give away.
A new pipe.
Well, Dennis,
Nice.
the wife just came home, so I'm gonna go hang out with her. Y'all have a happy Friday.
Hell yeah.
You too,
Bobby,
Bobby.
good being you tonight, brother.
Levels, what you
Much
know about
love,
those
girlies.
levels?
Junior.
Gino, get up. Gino.
Come on.
Up.
Oh,
Oh,
bye,
shit.
Bobby.
Oh shit. That was
Jimmy
red.
John, you fucking
They're gonna fight.
Oh.
holy fuck. What are you having, dog fights?
Nice. She's nice.
Tails a wagon.
Let's go. Ooh.
Oh, very nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They're good boys, huh?
Grace is over here like, come here. I got something for you.
So you keep the men and females separate, huh?
You're muted.
Jimmy John, we can't hear you
It'll just do that
at all.
sometimes.
Literally, like,
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said we're gonna put him out there by the plants in the garden. Let that
Hell
fucker
yeah.
run around. Ain't nobody gonna steal nothing. He can't even see his ass. That's
You'll know somebody was there. You'll find a shoe.
Hey, if anybody wants a dog, let me know. We got the breeding. We got the kennel over here. What's going on?
What bloodline?
What bloodline? What are those? American bullies. Yep. From, I don't know, you guys know what, if you guys know about dogs, it's like a Grand Castro, what? Grand Champion Castro is that bloodline where them dogs come from. The stud does, the big one. The other
It's a
one,
good looking dog.
they're huge, man. He don't. He's just a razor's edge, you said. The other ones are from the other bloodline. They're big, man. They're big dogs. They're big dogs.
Yeah, we can help.
It's that
Well,
time.
that Jimmy John's the size of a Smurf, so you have to take that into account also.
I am a Smurf. That dog bigger than me. That big
I
ass
was
dog
wondering if
right
that's
there,
what
that
your
dog-
pipe was.
Hey, I promise you, when they grab you, they just hold you down and lick the shit out of you, man. These things will fucking hold you and kiss you and hug you and all that. Big dogs are awesome. It's that time, guys. Anybody went outside besides ATC yet? Is he the only one outdoors? Anybody else go outdoors in the comment in the chats? You already out? You already outside too? Yep. I'm about to go. Let's see where everybody's at.
I had ice floating in my bird bath this morning. I don't think
Shut
anybody around here.
up.
I don't
I
think
don't
anybody
wanna
around
hear no
here
more.
should be having no fucking plants out.
Fuck. I'm done. The fucking thing said the coldest it's gonna get anymore is 42 degrees here. So I was like, and the farmers, they done tilled up, got everything all darkened up, wetting it. They got the water on over here.
Hey, Jimmy,
So I'm like, it's time to go. Huh?
John, I'm still running a couple of tomatoes in that Freak Show auto in the tent. I'm waiting on a couple more weeks maybe.
Hell yeah.
With everything out
Yeah.
there, but I got 2 or 3 out already.
Right on. That's what's up right there. Everybody, get it. Parker,
Frankenseed, I'm not smoking yet.
Razor. I don't know, Parker. This is my homie, man. I'm over here. You know where Quincy's at? That's where I'm at. I'm over by Quincy tonight. Way over in the fucking middle of nowhere.
Bubba, what's up, Bubba?
Parker. I'm gonna find out right now.
Main Turpy.
Everybody up in the chat. I seen everybody. What's up?
Thumbs up, man.
I'm speaking.
Cross King, what's happening?
You guys ever heard of this shit called unicorn piss?
No.
You guys ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Unicorn poop.
I think Regine said something about it.
Called unicorn piss. They gave me some when I got them. It's called unicorn piss.
Y'all seen a skinny 5-gallon AirPod?
I don't know if y'all can see that. Man,
Holy shit. It's skinny as shit. What the fuck?
what is that?
What are you gonna grow in that? A big carrot?
Yeah. Is it a big fucking carrot? Yeah, razor's edges. That's it right there. That's it.
I want to see that time lapse.
That's it. Razor edges.
Levels, the carrot master.
It's a 5-gallon. I put two 2.5s together. So
Oh, you put them
okay.
together like that?
I was like, holy shit, you bought something like that?
I might throw an auto in there for the summer outdoor just to see what it does.
Shut
The longer roots,
That's
bigger
gonna
what?
dry out so fast.
Matt said a carrot. You heard of Matt? But you fucking grow a carrot in there? That's like a championship carrot. You walk up in the 4-H club with that. He go in the 4-H club with it on his back.
That big carrot in a fucking ear pot. You probably get a big one in an ear pot.
He's like, watch this, and he cuts it off right there on the show floor and pop out an 80-pound carrot. Ah,
Do it.
what is
Do
it?
it. Do it, Levels. You can do it.
Be traveling around county fair, there. Biggest carrot you ever saw.
Feed him
You guys
advanced
seen his
nutrients.
veggies? Dude kills it with the veggies. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
You need to grow your weed exactly the way you grow your veggies, bro. Your weed would be fucking huge.
Miracle Grow. It's Miracle Grow.
Is it? I don't
Take
think
a bag
so.
bar-
I barely hear you, Level.
Take a bad garden and make it look great with some Miracle Grow.
Well,
You're not
You're like
muted.
wicked muffled, brother.
You gotta turn. Hey guys.
Oof, you hit the wrong button. I said, you can't hear me? Fuck you, I'm out.
They still got dial up where he's from. Yeah, they got dial up. Parker's gonna be like 9 o'clock, lights out in the nursing home. The fucking Wi-Fi's off too. Look at Parker, go. Parker, get. I'm fucking hot, man. I worked all fucking day.
that better?
You're still muffled, actually.
It is wind chimes. That's what I'm hearing. No, not that. Not those wind chimes. I thought it was saying some wind chimes.
That bell.
Look, what you want me to do, man?
Still,
Hey man, you walk out here, you fall off a fucking cliff where I'm at, man. You walk the fuck out there if you want to. Go ahead, run out there. Drink some more of that bug fucking light and see what happens.
Start floating around and shit.
Damn, that motherfucker over there, boy, they ain't selling, nobody selling Bud Light. I was like, I'm in the ocean, man, I like hell, the whole
That's
thing
fucking
selling.
awesome.
Man, what the fuck? I'm glad to see you guys. How fuck it. Wesley, how you feeling, bro? Doing better this week?
It's on and off. Every other day, it's something different.
I hear you.
Functioning, fine. You know, like able to get what I need to get done in the daytime. But just like random pains here and there, like I'll have like a bum shoulder for a day, and my wrist hurts, and my leg will be hurting. Like I had to one step down the stairs this morning. But once I get moving, you kind of, loosens things up a little bit. And
I got
You have more tests coming up?
Did you say calcium?
Calmac?
I got
You say
a question for chat.
No, you have any more tests coming up?
Did you say
Calmac.
yeah,
gotta have
I'm waiting for him to like be put onto the portal, the patient portal, the online thing.
Okay. Well, at least they're
You know,
moving
not
You
fast.
should drink some CalMag. It's probably what's wrong with you. You need a little CalMag, bro.
say
Iron was low. There was a few things that were low. I don't
Needs
think
CalMag.
calcium was one of them.
Chat, come over.
But everybody needs CalMag. Roaches.
Maine got a bunch. Where's yours at, Maine?
What?
You got a bunch of roaches over there too?
No, man. Why not go in the ashtray?
There's
Then I dump them in the trash.
so many fucking, so much.
I don't smoke roaches. I haven't smoked roaches in years.
No. It's not smoking. You just hold them. Ain't nobody smoking them.
I don't hold them. I stopped keeping them. I think I have a container around here from like 2 years ago. I could mail it to you. I bet it would smell awesome when you open it.
That motherfucker gonna kill somebody on delivery route. They gonna pull us out. You guys. I like it.
I'm just trying to help, man.
I know it's like 20 different kinds. I'm like, that's like 20 different. Everything I've bought
Yeah, mine's
in the
got
last 4 years, 3 years. That's what's. They're all in there.
Is he actually thinking about it?
Those used to be the knockout. That used to knock people out where you roll a joint of all the
roaches.
every roach you ever had, and we'd go to the concert and just people would one hit it and you'd be like, "You want
Third,
another?"
fourth generation roaches.
Generation, right? That's what we call them.
Can y'all
Yeah,
hear
because
me?
you'd have like third and fourth generation. You'd have them all separated so that you knew what they were, and then you just keep mixing them
Nasty.
together.
You
What a
sound better.
disgusting thought now,
Wonder why my throat's all fucked up.
right?
Wait a minute.
My-
My talking.
My vitamin D was actually high because I got some liquid vitamin D 6,000 IU drops, and I was taking like 30,000 every day, like 10 drops of it, and so the vitamin D came up high. I was thinking it was going to be low.
No.
They had me on 10,000 a day after my surgery just to help rebuild the bone and stuff. So taking 30,000 a day was a little high.
Yeah,
You eat meat or are you a vegetarian?
I was a vegetarian for a while, and I've been on the meat for a few weeks now, just because I realized like I wasn't getting the nutrition I needed.
Because you said iron, calcium. You're talking about some of these things that you're going to be getting from more meaty or kind of items, right?
Yeah.
So I was just wondering if maybe it was to do with.
Vitamins can really screw you up. If you take too much of a vitamin, it can really, really mess with you.
You're only supposed to take
It's crazy.
multivitamin every 3 days.
Can give you lockout?
Every 3
It'll
days.
make you
Oh,
sick, bro.
no.
Give you headaches, all kinds of crazy shit.
Hey, I got a question.
I'm
for
serious.
Chad.
Look it up.
Well, that's what I mean. It probably is a
Like
form of-
magnesium.
it's
You
probably
take
a
too much
form of nutrient
magnesium,
lockout.
it will fuck you up.
I got a question whenever y'all done for Chad.
Yeah, you'll poop water too much mag.
Oh, really?
Yeah, magnesium citrate, you will, just turn to diarrhea.
Damn.
What's up, Level?
Been there, done that.
I wanted to ask Chad, does anybody use controller 69 by 18 Infinity? And if so, could you help me set up my light cycle settings on it? I can't figure it out.
You know, if you call AC Infinity, they'll tell you how to do it.
Doesn't the manual show you how to do it?
I don't know because I don't have that controller. Otherwise, I
You
would
have
help you out.
Giant booklet of how to do everything with AC Infinity, don't you, Levels?
What?
Didn't you show me that giant booklet of like how to everything AC Infinity that you're all happy that you
Lord.
had?
I did it, but it didn't work. I did
What?
it, but it didn't work. That's why I'm reaching out for help. I did that, but it didn't work. That's why I'm reaching out for help.
Then you might have to call AC Infinity if it didn't work by the way the manual told you to do it.
I mean,
So levels. I'm not good with like reading and applying, so I just went on YouTube and I typed in, my controller AC Infinity setup and just watched people do it on a video, and I just paused it as they did it, and I set up mine that way.
Right. Well, I just figured somebody that does it on a regular with that controller, I figured they would know better than anybody.
Yeah, but something like that, you're gonna set it up once.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't remember anything. It was
I
one
did
time.
set it up. It is set, but it ain't going off.
No, my point, Levels, is if somebody did figure it out, they might not remember exactly what they did to be enough to be able to type it in the chat without, having it in front of them and whatnot.
Right. Well, I was just hoping it might be a Gromie that I already talked to on
Just
IG.
let
or
you know.
something. I got you.
I'm just throwing my 2 cents worth in there because I can.
No, I got you.
You know, it's no disrespect or nothing, right?
Yeah, I know that. I was just trying to get some help.
Yeah, I don't have
Parker
any
said he
idea.
thinks this had to be logged into Wi-Fi. Do you got yours logged into Wi-Fi?
I don't have a Wi-Fi controller. I have the Bluetooth.
Okay.
I mean, I wanted to get the Wi-Fi. I just honestly at the time I didn't know that there was a difference, and I just got the Bluetooth without even looking really.
I'm just trying to translate what's in chat for you so that you can get an idea, because I don't know. I've never used one, so I don't know anything about it.
All right, so like the basic settings, like when you go to the automations, you set it up, and it simply asks you when you want to start, when you want it to end. It asks you the time. So I went from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. off, and then you go down at the bottom. They ask you what hour settings, what's your on duration and what's your off duration. And I set that for 18 and 6. And it was set, but today I checked my camera because I was just curious. I forgot that shit was even on. I checked my camera and the lights were on in there. So
The whole time.
It had you set it for like to say 18 and 6. It didn't say on like this time, off this time. It actually.
yeah, that's what I told. All right.
Because you just said you set
So-
18 and 6. Well, that shouldn't
Somewhere
be
there-
setting.
Two settings.
Somewhere there's an on-off for that setting. Somewhere. I
Yeah,
would
you
bet.
might just need to do the second setting off.
And then
I
just
said-
set it to it on like a certain time.
Yeah.
2 settings. They ask you what time and then what's the duration. So I put 10 to 4 and I put 18 and 6. Because that's what it asks.
Yeah, you
Or if
might
you're-
need to
if-
just turn the second setting off.
It just doesn't make sense why it's asking you to give it a time of an on and off, and then it's asking you the duration. It's like, well, you already gave it a time, so it should know the duration.
Yeah, it should already know.
We're gonna stop and start from the beginning.
Yeah, it should just stick
No.
with the time.
Think about it. Think about it. Stop. Reset that motherfucker all the way and do it. Do it all from scratch again. And it's probably gonna be user error. 10 out of 10 times.
Joshy, that's a smart idea. Hey, Jimmy John's right.
And
Factory
Do
reset
it
it
all
if you
over.
can.
Yup. Reset the whole motherfucker from scratch. Do it all over. That's my opinion. That's how I heard it said. I'm like, dude, just reset the whole thing. And you'll see it.
But also, like Wes said, go watch a video about it, and then you'll be able to watch it and hear it all at the same time.
Didn't I tell you about the VARC scale? Video, audio, reading, and kinetics are the only 4 ways you can teach anything to do anything. Whether it's a fucking dolphin or a fucking toddler, it's the same shit. It's the same shit. It's off the VARC scale. One read, video is gonna learn
I
it.
think we all read the same comment at the same time.
Highlights.
Matt, check your IG, Matt.
That's it.
yeah, because if you're posting a video, most likely they know what they're talking about. And I've seen it to where I was confused, and they just said like, do this cycle on to whatever, and then turn this one off, because they override each other. And to have someone actually explain that to me while I'm watching it was the only way that I was going to be able to, like, I had the manual and whatever. I just couldn't comprehend what I was reading and seeing and touching on the damn, unit itself.
All right, so right here, hey, level.
Yep.
Mike PHX is saying that you have an on-off auto cycle and a scheduled cycle, and make sure it's on cycle or scheduled mode, not auto. Because those, if you have it backwards, it'll override.
That is what it looks like he has right here. It looks because he
Tell them to do it by the book. Do it all over, man. Just fucking do it all over. Fuck it.
How do I look? Where would
he has automation on, and then he has cycle mode on. He doesn't have on-off mode on at all. He doesn't have. He has the off modes off, the auto modes off, auto modes off, and he only has cycle mode on.
And then all it says is 18.6.
But you also have automations on. You have automations on still.
Turn automations on and have it
where do
only
you
for
see
scheduled.
automation?
That's the
At the
first
top?
thing you gave me that
No.
says the scheduled time.
Look, that if I click that, there's a cursor and I can change automations to whatever word I want. That's just the name of this whole thing.
Well, you don't want it to be doing a cycle mode and whatever mode that is, because right now you're giving it two different commands. Yeah, read what Mike's telling you. I don't have a controller 69.
It says set a schedule. Then it says pick a mode. You see where I picked the mode.
I know I don't have a controller 69, and PHX is trying to show you, is trying to tell you in the comments.
Yeah, you want to turn auto off.
It's like asking me to show you how to drive a semi, and I've only ever driven a van.
You could do it.
I just notice the gears. Just do the gears.
Just remember, the clutch is only for taking off.
Yeah.
The rest is all done with this throttle.
But no, I wish I could help you, Mike, but
Two settings. That's impossible. You can't have two auto and that one on at the same time. It's physically impossible.
Nobody.
Nothing's impossible with AC Infinity.
remember, it's designed in California and made in China.
They got a fix for that.
I appreciate everybody's help. I'll definitely figure it out, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a 69. If I did, I could probably help you out.
Yeah.
Bubbles, do you follow PHX on Instagram?
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Give him a little
Dude,
DM.
if you do, you could probably message with Mike on Instagram, and oh wow, it'd be Mike and Mike. That's funny.
Yeah.
Like,
So just a suggestion, you might be able to get hooked up there.
PHX.
Yeah, it seems like he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah.
like it from chat.
All right, I'm gonna get off here. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Later, Jimmy John.
Continue, brother.
Yeah, we're gonna see if the morel mushrooms come up tomorrow.
nice.
Yeah. Peace, brother.
He's gonna feel extra short. I remember when I did my when I do them, it's always like 5 grams or 7 grams, and I sometimes feel like I'm all of a sudden like 3 feet tall. I remember that a couple of times being in my grow room, feeling like I was like super short in my grow room. It was fucking weird.
Now I picture Jimmy John like sprawled out on top of a mushroom, like.
Nice.
Whenever I did that many grams, I would just want to get in the car and drive.
Really?
Yeah, and I was super like intentive, like speed was perfect, street lights, all the lights. It was just like I'm not rear-ending anyone. I was, my brain had something to do. I was always super focused. People are always like, that was super dangerous. And I'm like, nah, dude, maybe for you. Right.
The next day he wakes up, he's like, damn, what are all these dents getting my shit?
How did I get here?
Why is there a street sign sticking out of the trunk? Oh, maybe you weren't there that day.
That's because that street sign said High Street on it.
That's right. Every high street in the world has been stolen so many times. Let's take a poll. How many people in chat have a high street sign somewhere in their house?
Oh, no, not this guy.
I actually don't, but I know a couple of people that do.
Yeah.
And the only reason I don't have one is because they stole it and I couldn't get it there first.
I know where High Street is in my city, though. It's a couple.
There you go.
It's
You could have one.
Oh, 10 blocks that way.
I think that shit's a
They're gonna
felony.
need
I never
new
really
signs.
wanted to get into that.
Yeah, I know. I never stole them.
Well, now it's with the cordless tools, dude. It takes 2 seconds. Zip, zip.
Yeah, well, and now there's a million cameras everywhere.
I
to
was just
get
gonna
your
say, of course,
license
now
plate.
every one of them's got a camera pointing at it.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Back then, you could probably do it and get away with, like, kind of like be like, hey, you probably shouldn't do that. Now you probably do it and getting shit for it, but then be put right back out afterwards.
We used to go in high school. We used to go to like I don't know what it was. It was like a job fair thing for like union jobs. We would get the day out of school, and all the guys would go. And they had this is when I lived in Rhode Island. They would have the guys who did every single street sign. Like they made all the street signs and they were always there. And so that was the guy you wanted to link up with. Like any sign or anything you wanted to make, just go get a job with them and stay late one day and make all your own custom signs.
Yeah.
But yeah, and anytime a sign would go down, they would be the guys who would do it. Road Route 420. Right, mile marker 420.
As long as it was like street signs and stuff like that. Stop signs is a bit of a douchebag move to take down.
Hey, you always needed metal sheathing for the bottom of your skate ramps. You know, transition from the 1/2-inch plywood to the street.
Anybody in chat show their grows or anything?
Ow. Fucker.
I was getting so fucking smoky. I could just see like the cloud when I looked through the window over there.
They're gonna call maintenance on you.
I should go crack a window. No, I've already taken down the fire alarm.
Always, it's the first thing to go.
Yeah. Well, I remember when they replaced it, it was going off all the time during the lives. One time I just went and it's down.
Yep. Yeah, 3 of them kept chirping, and I was like, dude, these fucking things gotta go. The wet towel when you go to the hotel room, plop a wet towel over those. Back when you didn't get smoking fees for some reason, now they're like assholes.
Paying like $250, $500 for a smoking fee.
Yeah, dude. I got a smoking free from just rolling a joint in the room and leaving. And they were convinced that they had to like ionize the room and there was smoke in there. And I was like, dude, we didn't smoke in there. And like, just because I have smelly flowers or whatever doesn't give you the right to give me a $300 smoking fee. And we ended up like calling the credit card company and denying the charge because I called the manager and I was like, dude, we did not smoke in the room. Like, why would I do that? I'm not trying to get a smoking fee. And he was like, oh yeah, we had to bring in all this equipment. The lady said she went in and there was haze everywhere. And I was like, no, this shit was so loud. I rolled a joint, put it in my ear, and intentionally walked around the whole hotel in the lobby and everything, just stinking it out on purpose because we weren't going to smoke. And like, dude, if I'm going to get a smoking fee, you better fucking believe I better have smoked in there or I'm going to be pissed.
Fuck yeah.
Like, I'm coming back. Rent me another room.
I find that cannabis doesn't actually stick around. Like nicotine does, or nicotine makes the whole place
No way.
stink and get really, really gross for a while, but cannabis doesn't. It kind of
Unless you're smoking blunts, then it like has a wacky.
but it's
You know,
probably to do with
tobacco.
paper.
Nicotine. It's a
Oh,
real
yeah.
blunt, got tobacco
Yeah.
wrapped around it. So I mean,
That's why
people don't even understand. They're like, "Oh, I smoke blunts," and fucking they get all irritated when they don't have it, and then they don't realize that that's because they're now addicted to fucking nicotine. And,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The equipment was just plugging in an ozone machine. It was an ozone machine that they said they had to pull in there. That was Dark Dragon. The genetics was Dark Dragon from Kingdom Organics. He still makes it. It was a cut that I had gotten, but man, it was so foul and rancid. It was so dank. I loved it. And it was on like Christmas Day.
That's a great day to have that.
Yeah, the nastier the better. But there's still some hotels I stay in that I will smoke in, and they don't say anything ever.
Oh yeah, no, there's definitely something like that. They're the ones that already smell like smoke when you walk in.
No, it's like $300 a night hotels.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, no, I mean, we got some of the stingy ones here that already smell like smoke when you walk in. They're like, no smoking signs. You're like, and they just say that.
Yeah, no, this isn't those. Yeah, and I was always surprised, like, because you could smell it coming down the hallway. Like, yep, that's my room for sure. And yeah, they never gave me a fee. They were pretty hip. They were like cleaning with enzymes and
Oh,
stuff.
really?
Yeah, like the rooms never smelt like cleaning supplies and shit. So they probably just never like got all butthurt because they were like, yeah, we can take care of this like super easy.
Hey, y'all don't think that's gonna be a cool experiment?
Plants don't really like to go deep. They like to go wide.
Oh, really?
But I mean, a plant will do what it's got to do. You know, I mean, it'll
say do a carrot.
root it.
You grow the world's largest carrot in a pot.
There was a
It
guy
might
in
be all right
England.
for the auto flower though, because they do like to have a long taproot. So.
Yeah.
Right. On taproot, and that's what I'm doing. All those.
The only thing I would worry about is it drying out because it's so narrow and being so hot down there. So just keep that in mind. Maybe wrap something around it.
Yeah, wrap some panda plastic or something white.
Just in a little bit of advice. I don't know if it'll happen to you or not, but it's something to think about.
What's gonna happen is the way that gravity works with water is half of that is gonna be dry most of the time.
Right.
You're gonna have the top half of that is gonna be very dry. You're gonna want to have roots that are gonna be way down. I remember one of the things that Bugbee showed us is they took a sponge and he filled it with water and he put it on its side and it showed you how much water could be held on the sponge on its side. But as soon as you take that sponge and you put it up on its on end, more water will come out until half of that sponge has water again because the way the gravity is pulling on the water.
Yeah.
So with that pot, you're gonna have a very, very dry half of your portion of your pot, and you're gonna have more of a moist bottom portion. So as long as your taproot can get down fast, you'll be okay. But if not, like you're gonna have a lot of oxygen in there, but you may have too much.
Right. I figured I would ask before I did it. Just to see if it was dangerous or not, you know.
You might just be fighting dryness and drying out roots a lot. That might be the problem with it.
I ain't gonna do it.
But it's always worth a shot if you want to try something. I'm not saying don't try it. If you
Try one.
yeah.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
I'm just saying try it if you want to try it. It'd be a kind of a cool experiment. But I'm just giving you kind of a warning about what could go wrong. That's all.
Right. And
But you could try it and see what happens.
That will go wrong.
Because if you can get that root to tap down fast enough, if you can water that and keep it hydrated enough and get the root to go fast enough, then you'll have a good plant. You have a ton of aeration in your top part of your soil. And if you can get down fast enough to build a root system into that little portion, then you're not going to have issues that way. This is a very weird kind of way to experiment to try. Who knows how it will work out.
I'm trying to see if I want to do it now.
But yeah, no, as soon as you showed me how tall it was, I thought about that little experiment that Bruce did with the sponge.
Right.
Gravity is a bitch.
Hey, Junior, I was thinking about growing some potatoes. I seen this dude, he had a cardboard box. He had a whole couple shelves. And he had like 6 potatoes in each box. And they all had sprouts all over them. You would do it, all cocoa, Junior? What would chat? Would y'all do this? The double, the tall 5 gallon, skinny 5 gallon? Would y'all try this? Get some opinions here.
Yeah, cocoa, you might not have that same issue with the watering.
Right. Do it all cocoa.
All vermiculite, maybe. Just hold it all in.
It'd be knocked over, over, so I would avoid it personally. PHX, I was leaning that way too. I was thinking about not doing it.
Here's my next question. You're planning on doing that outside, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because if you put that in your tent, it's going to be touching your light.
No.
Because
No, not in the tent. It'd give me a lot of space for 5 gallons, but
I don't know, but it's just the height of it. You would have to have your light much higher.
could you imagine if it worked and I put like 16 of these in my 3x3?
I don't know who said it in chat earlier, but it would make it made a lot of sense to use it for potatoes. Who was that?
Junior.
Yeah, potatoes like to go tall.
Tall and deep.
Yeah. I grew potatoes in 10-gallon pots.
I would put it in another pot so that it wouldn't flip over.
Or set up one of the lower, because do you have the ones that open like with 2 different pieces that you put 2 pieces together, or does it go all the way around?
I got 1 piece.
Because I was thinking if you had one of the ones that was 2 pieces, you could always pull off just the bottom piece on one side and harvest all your potatoes, and then close it back up again and grow some more potatoes, because it would be openable with the air pot that way.
Right.
I've never been successful with, once you start digging, like I've made like a square with different layers of wood as they grow up. And once you start taking a side off and digging, you've pretty much compromised like the whole root system of every plant.
They get angry at that point. Okay, I thought that's why like a little door you can open up and grab the potatoes and close the door.
Yeah, the multi-harvest for potatoes usually doesn't work.
Yeah. You think you could maybe find a genetic and breed that out.
Or you could just stagger, plant up one pot and then wait a week, plant another pot, wait a week, plant another pot, and then you go pot to pot. They'll be a little behind each other.
I could do a tomato in there for sure.
Yeah, you can bury that shit like a motherfucker in there.
Peanuts. Peanuts.
You're right down there in the boiled peanut.
Because peanuts grow in the root, don't they?
Huh? You like boiled peanuts, do you, Level?
No.
You don't? Do they have a lot of them there? So I know they do in Alabama.
Do peanuts grow on the root, or they grow on a tree?
route underground.
Yeah. I was trying to put two and together. I'm like, I thought they did, but I'm like, is it just squirrels that put them underground, or do they actually grow underground?
And they're fairly quick too. You can get away with it in North America.
Oh, you just put the potatoes in the stacked tires, and they were sitting.
They're talking about peanuts.
Who's talking about growing in stacked tires? Stay away from growing in old rubber, nasty, toxic tires.
Did you get everything finished up, Polish?
What's up, Luffy? Polish Hammer. Welcome.
I might as well smoke another one.
What's another one?
Junior. Oh boy.
Hey, that's good to find out that StreamYard will let you ride out. They won't knock you off if you go.
I was wondering about that after I saw that you went for 5 hours.
Well,
You didn't have that long.
Let me tell you how this went. So right at my time, 9:30, I thought I was getting knocked off. I shut the show down. I went from like 38 people to like 18, and then I shut it down. I was like, everybody have a good night, and then they just let us go. They kept letting me go, and I was like, oh well, we ain't ending, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. And like it was too late because I stayed at like 20 something people. I would have had 30, 40 the whole night, but it sucked because I thought they were gonna cancel me. So I told
Dude,
her.
it's funny. Did they reset your time and then you have 18 hours instead of fucking 20s? This is what you used over last time.
But they emailed me said I'm out of time. So
Yeah.
Future circle, stacked hay and dirt. Yeah. I've seen people take just a straight hay bale, like 3 hay bales stacked on top of each other, and then threw a tomato right on top, and it just like crumbed the whole season. It just like turns into soil, and the tomato plants rage in just a hay bale. Bubba Big Nugs is talking about stacked hay and dirt.
I got you. I ain't well close the chat for a second. Levels told everyone.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, the Moby Dick is taking hold, so
Come in.
I got a unicorn I'm chasing.
You have a good night, man.
Good night, man.
Later, man.
Hope everybody has a great night.
Thank you for
Happy
the package,
Friday.
man.
You're welcome, Levels. Anytime, brother. Glad I could help you.
Haven't seen your eyes that squinty in a bit.
Yeah. I need some
That
tips.
hammer.
Fucking, that Moby Dick will smack you right in the face.
I need a package, man. I need a package.
Me too.
It may me, bro.
No.
I need something that's gonna make my eyes squint.
Hell yeah.
All right.
I know he grows some good shit.
Peace.
Have a good night, man.
Later, bud.
I could imagine his smoke. Or Matt, shit, you're laughing over there. Some of that rosin will put me to sleep.
It's good times.
Good times.
Next, when I get caught up on my bills and shit, I'm gonna go get me a hair straightener, bro.
Not worth it.
What?
It's not worth it.
It's not?
Nah.
What do you mean?
It's just like, I don't know. The pressure that you need with the hair straightener, you start busting out the plastic in the back, and the plates just are never big enough to actually get like a good yield.
I just want to get some.
And the pressure.
Yeah, but I have seen people get away with it where they use like the hand clamps where you can crank,
That's what
and they put that clamp on it, and they get the pressure.
That's exactly what I was gonna use too. Yep, right there. That. Or that's
Well, I'm
the-
talking the one that has the handle.
The
Like the
iron
crank
clamp is
handle.
okay, but they only go so hard. Like these ones, you can really twist down. You might
Yeah,
break the fucking straightener.
Right.
yeah, the C clamps are.
Oh yeah.
That's what some of those presses. I remember when they first came out. Remember they used to have the wheels, that kind of C clamp thing. It's the same kind of style, right at the top, where you just
Yeah.
like twist it.
It's like closing a hatch in a submarine.
Yeah,
gonna do it.
exactly.
I got some trim I need to do.
Like I don't mind. I want to get one. I want to get the cylinder on here instead, so I don't have to use the hand. So I can use a different press, kind of off the table.
Yeah.
That way I can use my drip tech properly. So when I'm pressing, I can leave it vertical so it can drip directly into my collection jars.
Yeah, because you can't keep cranking once you put it at that angle.
Oh yeah, I know, because right here is where it would be, right? Yeah, no. You would have
Yeah.
to use either a like a hand jack or an air jack, but I'm living on a second floor of a townhouse. The air jack is probably out of the question.
Yeah, those things are
There's
like, yeah,
Exactly.
the neighbors would be like, what the fuck is this dude doing over there?
They come over here to see the fucking press. All
Sounds like a jackhammer. That's always how I felt about my vac sealer when I lived in apartments.
yeah. Oh yeah. I guess
They were like, what is this dude doing? Like, yeah.
Well,
One
my
after
plan-
another.
My plan by the end of the year, if I can get at least half of it saved up, then I'll borrow the other half against it, is to get a freeze dryer. But those are I wanted to get the oil-free pump until I watched a video on the oil-free pump. The fact that it like heats your room to almost 120 fucking degrees because the thing runs so hot, and it runs at like 80 decibels if you're outside the room with the door closed.
That's the freeze dryer, like the fan.
But that's the big oil-free pump that you can use where you don't have to use the oil with it. The thing runs so hot and so loud, like I wouldn't be able to get away with it here. The Premier pump is not as bad, and you don't have to fill it too many times.
Yeah.
But like the oil-free one is like you need an AC in the room if you're gonna run it. I had no idea it put off that much heat
Yeah, that's crazy.
and noise.
Yeah, the noise is wicked.
Yeah, I had a guy that I know, he has one. He was like showing me videos of it, and he was like, "So yeah, this is what it's like when you're freezing." Like, that's not so bad. It's like, and this is what it's like when you're vacuuming. I'm like, how long does that go for?
Yeah, I think the Harvest Right freeze dryers run like on the low end 3K.
That's what I'm after. Yeah, I'm gonna come up with half of it, and then basically finance the last half of it.
I want it just so I can start juicing food and then freeze drying it and make it into capsules.
Yeah. Well, there's so much health benefit to it, right? You can use it for more. I would use it for more than just cannabis.
Yeah, I mean, for food storage. Like, come on, I want to make NASA ice cream like we used to get at the Museum of Science.
Put the ice cream bars in there and freeze them.
Just light, airy, crumbly ice cream.
Yeah, no, you can do a lot of different things with them, but yeah, they are expensive. That's true.
Even though NASA's a bunch of bullshit, never went to the moon. I don't know how people feel about that. Oh, we forgot how we got there, but we can't get past the Van Allen radiation belt anymore. So we can't go back, but we went at one point, supposedly.
Isn't the whole purpose of Artemis is to go back there? Artemis is pretty much preparing to go back to the moon.
Yeah.
They've already selected the people. There's actually one Canadian on board.
Hopefully they do their video footage a little better than they had prior, where it was all in like underwater tanks and fucking fake ass lighting everywhere. Maybe they got better at faking their video footage so we can be convinced this time. See some real aliens. For all the stoners in the solar system. All right, let's get some real potheads up in space.
So you don't believe anybody's gone to space in general?
Who knows? Who like
space station?
Is it really just a computer system that we're in? And is there really like space? Or is it just a big matrix? Because you know what? They haven't shown us any real footage. All the shit that they show us from space is all computer generated CGI. So like show me some real footage and maybe I'll start believing.
Not even the ones from when they're around, like when they're orbiting.
Dude, they're just so secretive. Like they don't show any real footage ever. Like they say it's real, but really, I mean, it's just CGI. And then they have all these excuses why they can't do certain things again or go certain places again, or it's like just so many lies. And like, why is there all that footage from NASA that is clearly staged in studios, but yet at the time they said it was real? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Is that what they're saying? They can't break through that.
Yeah, the Van Allen belt is the radiation belt that they claim they can't get through anymore. Well, you can't get through it now. How'd you get through it before? Space weed.
Look, let me say something about that. Why we have all this technology and we ain't landed on the moon? We ain't got people on the moon. There ain't a city up there. Come on, bro. Thumbs up with that. 1969 is the last time a human's been on the moon.
Doesn't make any sense to me either.
The money was also put into different places.
Man, I don't want to.
The money was pulled out of the space program and put into a lot of other places.
You are right. You are right about that.
The money is the money that's been used to go to space now is mostly privately funded.
Some trillionaire drug dealer or some kingpin around the world, somewhere, some rich motherfucker has never done nothing like that. Come on, man.
It's kind of something that you can't really just launch rockets into the skies without anybody knowing.
Yeah, why is it so heavily regulated? Because they don't want any civilian to find out the truth about what's really going on.
Something's going on. They found something up there in 69. Something's going on. Come on, we're gonna wait till what, 36 to go to the moon? Come on, man. You talking about they sent robots to Mars and all this shit, but we can't go to the moon. I'm watching them send all kind of shit up into space, but we can't go to the moon. They can't even send a fucking machine to the moon, but they can send it to fucking Mars. We can't even go look at the footprints we put up there, but we can go look at Mars. Come on, man.
Well, yeah. Once you got a big lie, you got to kind of just move on to the next
Show me
program.
the flag up there. Show me the flag that's up there, bro.
The one that was blowing in the wind that doesn't exist. and the lighting from the sun that was creating shadows that doesn't do that, or shouldn't do that the way that like we understand lighting.
Right. Yeah, that was the bowl. I've dropped this thing, knock on wood. I've dropped this thing probably over 50 times. I'm talking about getting out of the truck, tinkering across the parking lot. I dropped it all across here. It'd be on my lap. I stand up.
Eddie Peace.
The trooper here.
Yeah.
That's a
man.
thick pipe. That's probably why it isn't broken.
It's thick as fuck. It's got dings. You can see the dings in the glass all over, but it ain't cracked none.
Yeah, it's a nice inside out piece. I like that. Just
You see the
wiggle
crack
worm.
right there somewhere. See it right there.
Yeah, man. Just a heads up. I'm probably just gonna go for another 10 more minutes.
Bunch of
Whoa.
flatlanders.
Whoa, Flatlanders, nice. Damn, Mac, you out of here?
The 10 more minutes, man. I'll go to the hour.
Friday, man. We ain't got shit to do.
Honestly, I'm not convinced that the Earth is round or flat. I mean, I haven't seen it.
Right. I don't know about that one, but
And like, why did Columbus believe that it was flat all those years ago
right.
as a traveler?
No, you're right.
Columbus thought
I don't know.
thought North America was India.
Or Columbus? I mean Christopher Jones. Let's
Okay.
tell him by his real name. Fuck a like pretty sexy name. Columbus. Christopher Jones. The pirate. Oh wait, no, he was just a merchant. I'm sorry. He wasn't a pirate. He just did the same thing that pirates do, but he was paid to do it, so he wasn't a pirate.
Man, I don't know. It's just far-fetched to me, bro. Look at cell phones, bro. I couldn't send a text message in 2003, and you mean to tell me we can do all this now, and we ain't been to the moon? We can't step foot or send a rocket or a robot to the moon. Come on.
Well, I mean, all the cell phone stuff, that's all low frequency. Like they
Where did
say
all
it's
that-
going to satellites, but really it's all coming off of cell towers. Has
Where did
nothing to
all
do with space.
Where did that shit come from? Where did we just pick that shit up out of the field somewhere? Oh, look
Came
at
from China and Japan.
Right. Think about how much shit they put up in space that we don't know about, bro. Come on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What?
Come on, man. I heard
I'm
you can't-
undecided about flat
I heard-
Earth.
I heard you can't even fly through space because there's so many broken satellites flying around. Really?
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's just, but let's throw our junk everywhere, like wherever we can get to, whatever. Trash it, leave it.
Yeah.
Fuck cleaning it up.
Dumb, bro. My opinion, if something happens up there, I think somebody should have to clean that up.
It will clean itself up. It's not holding it's not holding an orbit. It will slowly bring itself down and burn up in the atmosphere. It doesn't hold an orbit. Even the space station needs to be propelled outwards because it slowly brings itself into a zone in which it doesn't, which it can't escape, and it will.
You let all that shit just fly around and hoping it hits the atmosphere and comes
It will
down.
hit. It will hit the atmosphere and burn up. It's not big enough to hit the planet, dude.
What if it never hits the atmosphere? It never gets sucked in, and it just hits.
It will, because the gravitational pull of Earth will bring it in. That's how all things work. They have to actually hit the space station. They have to do launches on sequence to keep it in orbit, because it slowly brings itself down to Earth where the center of gravity is strongest.
You talking about the space station where they have live feeds and you can clearly see their harnesses that they're wearing to spin around?
Which ones?
All the live streams that they do and all the space station videos where they're spinning around and like playing with their food. Like there'll be so many glitches in that video footage of them wearing wire harnesses on the side so they can spin. It's like, are we really in space, or what why are we wearing harnesses, and why are we glitching out, and why are we faking a bunch of shit and saying that we're in space stations? Where, like,
I've never
honestly,
seen the wires.
dude, it just doesn't make any sense.
I've never seen the wires in those videos, but I'm not getting into this topic.
Go check them out.
No, I'm not getting into this topic. It's not worth it.
I'm just saying, I don't believe any of the bullshit. Like,
I've taken
just
astrophysics classes and shit, dude. So like that's why I'm staying out of all this. I'm just listening. I'm listening to what you have to say. That's all I'm doing right now.
I believe they're up there with no gravity. I don't believe there's cables. Unless you show me something.
I haven't seen any cables in any videos.
I've never seen cables. I know gravity's real. So,
well, gravity is really a theory, isn't it?
gravity? I mean, have you ever been anywhere where there's less gravity or different elevation or anything like that?
I mean, I haven't been. I've been to higher elevation, but I haven't seen any change. And the only thing I've seen is jumping on a trampoline.
Yeah, I mean that's a version of gravity right there. But
Well, I mean, I'm open to whatever. I'm very hard to.
I get you. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I get you. There's a lot of things I question too. Definitely.
You know, like I said, I don't believe that Earth is flat or round. Like I don't have a clue. Personally, my opinion of what we're in is more of a computer simulation. And like, you know, I've done a whole bunch of past life hypnosis stuff, and you know, when your soul comes back and plays a different person, but your soul is that same person, like, to me, that's a simulation. That's a computer program. And
Grown old man said he's seen the cables.
thank you.
Yeah, I haven't seen them. Not saying they're not real. Not saying that it's not possible. The stuff I've seen, and I ain't seen much. I've seen the shit they put on TV. You know what I mean?
I used to have a lot more time before I had a kid, and I really got into it because I like to see. I don't like to make just opinions on other people's whatever's. Like, if I'm seeing wires, then that's what I saw, and like all the faked moon landing stuff and all the discrepancies with that.
There was a lot of that.
You know, like, why do you have to deceive us and lie and then say this is what it is? Like, I got a hard time believing you if you're not going to be true from the beginning.
Right.
Well, and that's the biggest issue when it comes to it, is you're talking about the government in which nobody trusts because they do so many deceiving things. So who is to believe anything they have to say? And like, just because I've never seen a video of in space without cables doesn't mean that I haven't come across the same video you may be talking about, right? So I'm not saying that you're wrong. Just to clarify, that's not the way I was saying it. I just mean I haven't seen that video at all.
Yeah, no, none taken at all. I don't. We can't all be, you know, watching the same thing. Like we all have a different way we look at things for sure.
And I'm very science driven, so I would always probably be looking at it with an already biased opinion, to not be looking for cables to see if it's wrong. I'm already just interested in the information, so that's probably why it may have passed by me. Right?
And they've gotten really good in the last few years of really like cleaning up their footage and scrubbing the internet. Like I said last night, you probably can't even find these videos anymore that I watched 10 years ago. You know, just because they've really cleaned up their act on hiding, and they know that people are talking about what videos, and or they go back and they clean it up and they scrub the wires out of the same videos. So like I look like I'm crazy. Old man looks like, you know, I'm crazy because no one can go find that shit anymore.
Why don't you go ask Shatner?
He obviously knows.
Well, he apparently fucking broke down when he went to space. He felt like he was leaving life and he was traveling into death. Remember that? The interview with him after Blue Origin launched him into space?
No, I don't think I ever saw that one.
Yeah, that's why I said William Shatner, because Shatner got launched into space by fucking Bezos' company.
Yeah. Huh. Freaky.
But yeah, he broke down and said he fucking felt like he felt like it was death and it was like nothing and everything, and then he felt when he came back into the Earth's atmosphere, it was like an overcoming thing of joy to be back, kind of feeling.
I've heard like different. I've heard completely opposite of like secret government programs where they said that they took these like Space Force, Earth protection units where they opened up like a window when they were up in space looking at Earth. And these people that were in the spaceship, they were like, wow, like, look at all of humanity in this one place. Like, it made them, like, even more, like, unified as the human race to see it from that position.
Yeah, it makes you feel really small.
Earth Defense Force, I believe, is what it was called at the time. It was like secret military programs of them going to different places and fighting aliens and different like I don't even want to get into it.
Did you talk about the video game?
No, it was like I forget the dude's name, but he was doing a bunch of interviews and he was saying that he was part of secret military programs where they were called Earth Defense Force, and they were going out and fighting aliens on different planets and making sure that the universe was safe. And you know, who knows what's what, like if it was even real.
I thought you were talking about that video game where you have to go shoot those giant like spiders and ants. It's called Earth Defense Force. It's a dude bro kind of shooter.
Well, and you know, and they always like do stuff like that to discredit anybody who was really talking about anything real. They're like, oh, make it into a video game. So this dude just sounds like it was just a video game he was talking about the whole time.
Exactly right. That's funny.
Yeah, make a movie about it.
Make him look like a fool so they don't listen to him.
Yeah.
That's so mean, but so true. If they did get at somebody that way.
I was just listening to Rogan. Oh, who's the dude? I forget the name. The scientist that worked at S4. Oh man, he's got a Corvette that runs on
Y'all could.
hydrogen.
On hydrogen. Oh, yeah, hydrogen.
Somebody's gonna know who I'm talking about. And he was working on what element 94 or something. I forget the element, but it didn't exist at the time. And now the element really exists. And yeah, Bob Lazar, there you go. You want to go some deep shit? Bob Lazar is as legit as they come. He is a real true scientist. He's got a hadron collider that he built in his backyard so he could collect the hydrogen to put into his Corvette.
Really?
And he came out because he became a whistleblower because they threatened his life, because he was like bringing people into S4 and showing them this new element 15. Yeah, well, 115, there you go. And it was like a propulsion element that didn't use gasoline. It didn't use heat. It didn't use sound. And so they were doing zero gravity technology, and they tried to slander this dude's information, but I mean, it's just too strong. Like his story, he's been solid the whole time. And they said that he like never went to this school and never got this education and never worked for the government. I mean, they completely wiped out his credentials, but when you listen to the dude talk, he is an absolute genius. And I mean, he was talking about things that they say didn't exist but now exist. So like,
is this true? Did they kill him?
No, because he came out as a whistleblower to save his life. Like they threatened him, and then he was like, "All right, I got to go public with this because, if I go public and then they do something to me, obviously, we'll have issues here." And he was super high profile.
There's a few people have done that. Like look at Julian Assange, look at fucking Snowden. If they went public, most likely because if they didn't, they wouldn't still be alive.
Yeah. That's a real good one. You go, Bob Lazar, please. Like if you never heard of that dude, go listen to his story. And he was on Joe Rogan, and he told the whole story. He's told it multiple times in different places, but at least it's archived on Rogan. Right. Los Alamos, yeah. He was never there, right?
Heck, another bull here.
Yeah, at S4, it was like a substation to Area 51.
Oh, whatever happened with that raid of the people that wanted to raid Area 51? Wasn't that a couple years ago? How did that work out?
It's not going to happen. You can't even get anywhere close.
But you remember what I'm talking about, right? Wasn't there a group of people that wanted to raid it?
Oh, yeah, it was a huge thing.
Wes, what's your outlook on UFOs?
Who, me?
UFOs?
Yeah.
Well, from what I've seen, it's like higher entities, or us from the past or the future or something. But anytime that we've gotten into like crazy, like we're gonna hit the nuclear bomb switch and we're like turning on the switches, that the ships always show up over these stations and they turn them off completely. So like there's pretty much saying like, no, you guys are way above your head. We're not gonna let you hit those switches. Like we've completely turned off your ability to end the world.
They tried to hit those switches before.
Yeah, multiple times that we've been in the red zone with like, yeah, we're about to hit it, and then it's always the aliens show up and they put it into remission, and we can't do anything about it.
Right. Because anybody that's willing to use a nuke is dumb enough not to realize the impact of doing that. You're not gonna, if you use, why use something that nobody's gonna be able to survive, regardless. Then the fallout, the winter that follows, everything, just the amount of damage to the whole global climate, you're not gonna be able to survive it.
The extraterrestrials, in my opinion, want us to ascend, like as a human race and spiritually. Like they're always kind of just looking out for us. They're always there at big main events and like crazy traumatic. Taco.
Yo, what's up, y'all?
This conversation.
Y'all talk about aliens?
Oh yeah.
Well, let's just say I have an opinion on all this stuff. If y'all ever want to hear it,
Matt, let us chill. Matt, let us chill.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm sorry.
And as for the people that like want to raid Area 51, the government has so much directed energy weapons that they can just hit us with frequencies and it'll make your stomach turn to mush, or you won't be able to move. They can make you docile.
That's actually what they threatened to use on them, was the those big plates that put out the sound waves.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said they were going to use that if they come after.
Yeah, well, that's what they show us too. I mean, I believe that the directed energy weapons are even more powerful than just a sound frequency weapon.
Can you imagine this instant brown note?
The brown note.
Yeah.
Yeah, Taco. I want to hear what you have to say, bud.
about aliens in general.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. Well, oh man, I'm gonna be talking for a while. I don't know. Okay, so I guess just so everybody knows, I believe in the Bible. Okay.
Right.
I think it's one of the most reliable books that's really old that we have. About what happened in the past and what's going to happen in the future. And so what most people think of aliens, they think of like, you know, some kind of creature like on another planet somewhere in another solar system, and they have this awesome technology and they can come visit us or whatever. I don't believe that's the case. I'm sure that could happen because like we're even getting there. We're trying to go to Mars.
Right.
But I think that the aliens are things that are just at a higher like dimension than us. So like you know how like you have a piece of paper and you can write something on a piece of paper and it's two-dimensional, right? So like let's say let me get a pen real quick. So if I draw a circle on this piece of paper, right, and I'm a two-dimensional being, if I want to go from this point to this point over here, if I want to go like from this side of the circle to this side of the circle, and I'm a two-dimensional being, I have to travel like this, and that could take me who knows how long, right? And so it's the same kind of thing with us. We're three-dimensional beings, but these aliens, they're at a higher level. So if they want to go from here to here on a three-dimensional level, they just boop. They could just do that because they're moving on a different plane than us.
How are we not three-dimensional?
We are three-dimensional, but I like stepped it down so that we could understand. So like if we were to look at it from the view of the fourth dimensional or fifth dimensional being, right? They're looking down at us. So I'm saying we're looking down on a two-dimensional thing, like an ant. You know, like an ant can only go like this, but I can jump. You know, like my steps are much bigger.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like that, you know. And so, like, the aliens are the angels in the Bible. They're the other creatures that were created by the all-powerful one, right? And they have their duty, which the Bible, it doesn't tell you much, but it kind of basically says that at some point they started taking on physical bodies and mating with the women and having children that were like superhuman beings, and the earth became like full of corruption. Because if you read in Genesis, back in the day, people used to live like 300, 400 years according to the Bible. Just imagine if someone like Albert Einstein lived 300 years. If you look at all the scientific breakthroughs that Albert Einstein made in his lifetime, which was like under 100 years, like it's a lot. It's a lot. And that's just one dude. Okay? So just imagine if he lived 300 years. Imagine if Adolf Hitler lived 300 years. Think about all the crap he could have done, right? And so that's what happened back in the day. And God saw how jacked up the world became, so he had to wipe it. He had to send a flood. And I don't know if you all know Randall Carlson, or he's a good guy to look into, who knows his stuff. And then the Graham Hancock, he's really good too.
Graham Hancock.
Yeah, that guy's really good. And so, like, basically, like, all these old structures that are all across the earth, like the pyramids and all the stuff in South America, they all like, what's weird about them is that a lot of them have similarities, almost like they knew each other.
Yeah.
And so what their theory is that this is like, the civilization that dates back to the times of Noah. And they had some type of technology that we didn't know about. And the Bronze Age Egyptians that we think built the pyramids, they didn't build it, they just found it.
Right.
And they were just living there, Right. And so it's kind of interesting, because like, you think about civilization today, right? If there was some type of huge global catastrophe that almost killed every single one of us, who would survive? It wouldn't be people like me that need to go to the grocery store, that are living, off of the all the infrastructure and technology that we built off of. It would be the people who still live out in the Amazon forest. You know what I'm saying?
I got a question.
Yeah.
What's your outlook? What is your outlook on why we haven't landed on the moon? Why don't we have a society on the moon? Why don't we have something? Why can't we go to the moon since 1969?
It was defunded. It was defunded for a long time.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It was.
I don't know, but you know what? I'll just put this out there, though. All this stuff, it's fun to talk about, but none of it's really that important. It's all vanity.
Right.
The only thing that really matters is that you need to find your spirit and have a relationship with God, because God has set eternity in our heart. There's a part of us that can't be satisfied except by God himself. And we can enjoy the earth, and do all these things on the earth, have a good time, but if we don't find God, we're never gonna be fulfilled.
Right.
So that's just, I guess that's my gospel, so that's it.
Thank you for that, Tacos. Thanks for sharing.
Well, I'm glad I got to share that. Hopefully
glad.
somebody finds it helpful. I don't know. And the Bible, a lot of people, they don't like the Bible for whatever reason. I would say this: most of the things you hear from big religion is nothing like the Bible.
No,
Because when I was growing up, I was pretty agnostic. I hated religion and religious people, and I didn't want to read the Bible. And I got tired of listening to this dude preach the gospel in my ear. And so one day I said, you know what? I'm going to pick up this old ridiculous book and show this guy that it's full of a bunch of nonsense. And I started reading it, and it changed my life. So If you guys have never read the Bible, I highly encourage you.
I
to
read it
Bible.
all the time, man.
Let's go, Levels. Let's go.
Yeah, the stuff that they preach,
39 in with my grandma and my mom. Oh yeah.
it's all scare tactics. Like when you really get into it, it's really about, like you said, it's about spiritual growth, ascension, and your relationship with you and God, and
Yeah.
like
Gotta
and
have
just
one.
being a
You
good
gotta have
human.
You gotta have one. You simply just gotta have a relationship with God. That's
Yep.
just my
That's the
opinion.
goal.
Not
My
everybody-
life spiraled out of control when I didn't believe in anything. And now like I have my own beliefs and my own spiritual journey, and that's absolutely connected to a higher source, you know, a creator, because obviously we didn't do this.
Yeah.
And yeah, my life has gotten better for sure, you know,
Good.
having a
One day
having
at
a
time.
belief system.
One day at a time.
Yeah, man. I feel like a lot of people don't even know about the spirit. Like,
Right.
it's
they
a
don't.
real thing. You know.
Well, a lot of people choose to not because of what they hear about it. So
Deacon Taco.
Lord Jesus. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, I'll tell you right now. I am a minister. According to the Bible, I'm a minister. Maybe not
Hey,
to some.
I mean,
you
if
know,
you speak
Catholic
it, you
church,
speak
but-
his. You know, I mean, to me, like, it gets weird when I start getting into like my own past lives and stuff. But learning about that has like helped me realize that like I'm just here to keep like improving my journey and my soul, my relationship, and like obviously like humans have been working years and years and years to improve like from where we were and what we've done. Some of, you know, governments I don't believe are on that same level. Like they obviously want destruction and everything. And when you don't choose that, it's like you're doing the work.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
knowing
you know-
about myself has helped tremendously.
Yeah, you know, one thing that I get from reading the Bible that is really along that lines is like the original sin. Like there's something wrong with us, you know, like, and we're all born with it, and we're on a path of self-destruction. We really are. Like when you take a look at what we're doing as a race, when you look at government, even the best governments fail, you know, and that's because we're on a path of destruction. And you know, there's a whole lot of stuff in the Bible that I can get into that even more, but only God himself can save us. You know, like a lot of people think that they need to be a better person, or they need to follow some rules or some law or this and that. You know, in Exodus, when God took his people, the people that he called out and chose to be his people for his plan, when he took them out of Egypt, he didn't want to give them the law. The people asked for it. They had the opportunity to just take God, just like Abraham did, just like Jacob did, just like all the other people who walked with God before Moses. They could have just took them by faith, but no, they asked for rules, and that's where the law came from. And so the God basically gave the law to man to show us that we can't do it, that we're already broken, we're already set on a path to be destroyed. We deserve death because of the sins of our fathers. It's instilled in us, okay? But God loves us so much and wants to be with us so much that he left the highest place and took our form on and became a man and suffered the most brutal death on a physical and soul level and on a spiritual level. He died for us. He paid the ultimate price that we could never pay so that we could be united. And if we believe into the person who did this, we receive him. It's that simple. God's done it all for us. And by choosing this path and just walking with him every day and just choosing to take the person, not some rules, not some regulations, not some religion or checklist, just take the person every day.
What they say-
You will be transformed
They walk
day by
by
day.
faith, not
And then
by
the Lord will
sight.
come
What
back,
they say-
and then you'll be made whole, just like him. And all the old man will be completely wiped away. That's our destiny. And I believe
What they-
that, like, almost every man's going to be saved. I honestly believe that. I
What
think
they
there's going to
say,
be very
Taco-
few who don't make it.
What they say, tacos, walk by faith, not by sight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Walk by
Yeah.
faith, not by sight.
Yeah, the whole
Not
religious
what you
sphere
believe,
thing.
Not what you see. About what you believe, not what you see or hear.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's all.
Tacos, I'm a real spiritual person. If y'all
Let's
don't
go.
know that about me.
Let's go. And you know what? Cannabis is in the Bible. If
Let's
you
go.
look up the etymology, which is the study of words and how they changed over time through different cultures and different languages, cannabis traces back to the Hebrew word cannabosum.
Cannabosum, right?
Yeah, or however it's pronounced.
Right,
cannabosum.
whatever.
And that's in the holy anointing oil and in another oil that's supposed to be used as a medicine.
Yeah,
And it's supposed to be used as a tool. So back then when the law was given, it was used as a tool to get you in the right mind to turn to
Right.
God. Because that's
Right.
what they would do. They had the incense and the holy anointing oil, and they had the tabernacle, and they had the Ark of the Covenant, and all the things that were supposed to be laid out so that God could come to earth in the tent and speak with man, right?
Aliens
And
are.
cannabis was a part of that.
Starhand. They do talk about aliens in the Bible.
well,
Yeah.
like Rastafarians, man, they believe that getting high gets you closer to Jah, closer to God. Like,
Yeah, it's a tool, you know. I don't think
Yeah.
that like smoking will get you to God, but like you can use it to turn to get your mind like
yeah,
on the right direction.
People say they find their God and stuff like that. They say they find it when they smoke that
Like
toad, that toad venom that creates that 5-MeO DMT. That's the stuff that Mike Tyson smoked, and he like changed his whole like outlook on death and life and everything.
well,
Yeah.
DMT that's created in the pineal gland, which is released when you die.
And also when you're sleeping too, in small bits. That's how you dream.
Yeah,
Intro.
But yes, when you die, when you see the light before your eyes, it's a DMT. It's a DMT.
I'd
flush.
like to try and grow some salvia. Y'all ever heard of that?
Yeah,
that shit's pretty crazy.
I
sage.
want to grow it, though.
You need a diviner
grow it.
sage for that.
Yeah, grown on man. There's a verse that says, what does it say? God is in all and through all.
With DMT, I actually, that's another reason why I want to get a dry freezer, because I kind of want to do what Flavor Labs has been doing. I want to try to copy what he's done. Might want to get a dry freezer to do it right.
Yeah, you know, when I think about like people using substances to like, you know, get in their spirit, I think it's important to understand like the differences between the body, soul, and spirit. So, like our body is like pretty easy, right? Like this is our body. We have our 5 senses. We can feel things. We can touch things. We can smell things. We can hear things. That's our body. And then we have our soul, which is like our mind and our emotions and the fact that we can choose to do this and that. And that's our soul. But at a deeper level, there's a spirit,
Yeah,
which
It's also your brain being able to do all those things.
yeah.
Well-
So I would say the brain stops at the soul, is what I would say, and the spirit is a deeper part of us that most people unfortunately, have never experienced. They have no idea it exists. And I'm telling you,
I don't.
there is nothing more enjoyable and satisfying than being in your spirit with God. Like, you will always be satisfied when you find God, and when you do, it'll change your life. You will always be seeking it. You won't want to live your life without it. But we're so fallen that we do. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm messed up. I go days without being in my spirit because the world is so jacked up and so focused on our bodies and on our souls. Satan doesn't. There is an enemy. There is someone who hates us out there that wants us to be destroyed. And it wants to keep us separated from God because he's going down, and he wants to take everybody with him. That's a real threat, and he's pretty
he's
good.
not gonna get me.
And unfortunately, until we regenerate our spirit, we're just sons of the devil. The Bible says it clearly. He even called the religious people who didn't know the spirit, all they knew was religious practices. He said that they were a brood of vipers.
Yeah. That's how I see him.
Yeah. Jesus went into the temple and started flipping tables and casting out all the crap, all the animals and oxen and things that they were selling, and made a whip and started whipping people out of the temple. Because they made the house of God a place of merchandise. The house of God is supposed to be where God is, where God lives. You go to the house of God to be with God, right? And then immediately after that, Jesus made the prophecy, and I will tear down this temple in a day and rebuild it in 3 days. And none of them got it. None of them understood. They said, what did they say? They said it took our ancestors like 60 years to build this temple. How are you going to rebuild it in 3 days? But they didn't realize that the real house was Jesus's body, and God was in him, and he was going to die and be resurrected in 3 days and be poured out upon us as a life-giving spirit. I mean, Lord Jesus. I could go on about this all day, man. The Lord is great. The Lord's good. The Lord's good, man.
It's why when I started doing meditation and hypnosis, it just, my higher self came through, and I just learned about myself and how I can improve myself and my relationship with, I call it source, because I feel like the word God has been so just patronized. That I call it source creator, we have a higher power that is in charge, and we're just trying to, because I don't want to be that bad guy. I want to improve myself, and just be a better person. It has nothing to do with getting into heaven or anything like that. I believe that we're all going to the same place no matter what. But it's just our duty and our part to become better humans and a better soul and better spirit, and kind of unite the Holy Trinity.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I gotta go have dinner, guys. It's been fucking absolutely epic.
I'm gonna smoke a bowl before you dip. Let's go.
Yeah, well, smoke a bowl, and I'll be taking off anyways too. It's getting late.
I'm glad I got to catch y'all, man. I was busy today.
Yeah, man. Chat's been on it too, man. They just, I love when the people that are following agree with and have their own opinions, and they're all very similar.
Let's
and
go.
Most of the people in the chat have been right on with what we've been saying.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Hey, thank you for that, Tacos. You that was very well said. It wasn't.
I needed that. Thank you.
Hey, man, I'm glad I could be of service, man. If y'all ever have any questions or anything about the Bible or whatever, just let me know, man. I've been reading it for quite a while now.
Me too,
It's a daily thing for me.
Yeah, and you're not eccentric. You're not fear mongering like most of the religions or anybody who's pushing their opinions on people. Like you're just very
watch out for those people.
Yeah, that's scary, dude. I had to run away from religion as a kid.
You mean the ones that slap you on the forehead and say you're cured?
You know when it's off. You know when it's off when they're trying to sell you something.
Yeah.
But
It always turns that way. They're either going to ask you for money, or they're going to try to sell you a book, or they're going to try to sell you some, self-help guide or whatever. It's become like the Lord said, you've made the house of God into a place of merchandise.
Yep.
But it's just about the relationship.
Anytime that I've received real information from like psychics or whatever, and I didn't have the money or whatever, these people reached out and they said like, hey, I have information to give you and I don't want anything for it. Like you just need to hear this in the moment right now. And those have always been the best sources of information that I've received. Were just people who were doing, the work and didn't want to get paid or didn't need anything from it.
Good things happen to good people.
Yeah.
Good things happen to good people.
Yeah, man. If you want to read up about, righteousness and what happens to the righteous and what's a better path, Proverbs is the way to go. Book of Proverbs.
Yep.
That's a good one.
I was gonna say I'm gonna end it there, guys.
Yeah.
Everybody, you have a good night.
Have a good night.
Thanks, Matt.
I think JP's doing something tomorrow night. I'm pretty sure he is.
Yeah, thanks, Matt, for letting me
So
drop
Yeah,
all of that on
everybody.
your line.
have a good one there. And John will be back next week. He's busy right now. It's not that he's not feeling good. He just has company right now, so that's why he's not alive.
Killing it.
Killing it.
All right.
Y'all check
Thanks,
out my
chat.
new video.
Thanks.